My name is Jamie Uden. I am the Associate Vice President and Dean of Students. And my first job is to advocate for students and figure out ways that I can assist them in being successful in their college journey. I also oversee lots of the offices that they interact with outside the classroom. Memorable fact, I usually say I'm something they call cross-dominant, which means that any activity or sport, you have to ask me which hand I use, and I have to tell you. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. I went to classes every day. I was the type to go, even when I was sick. But I also did a lot of stuff outside the class. I got involved in clubs and organizations, had a job on campus, and I think that helped keep me engaged. I oversee lots of the student services that students will interact with. Again, the counseling center and international office, financial aid. What I do in meetings every day, I spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to make things easier for students in terms of processes and policies. And I get that evidence from staff that work for the students, but also from students themselves when I hear evidence or statements that something is an obstacle for them. I want to fix those things, and so I spend a lot of time trying to advocate for students. So when we make decisions about processes and policies at Park, it's supposed to help the students. I also enjoy the time I can spend when students come to see me. Sometimes they're coming to see me for things they probably shouldn't have done, and those are different conversations than the ones I enjoy more when they come in asking for help, and it can be help on anything and everything. I oversee, again, some of the services that are going to help follow up with students who might have a problem or run into emergency or obstacle or have something bad happen to them. And that could be a mental health concern, and that could be a Title IX sexual harassment, sexual assault concern. It can just be a challenge with financial needs, a challenge with a family emergency. I spend a lot of time at night after hours answering emails, setting up meetings for the next day, and so emailing me at my email address, which is my first stop, my last name at Park, is probably the easiest thing to do. They also, for the students who are at the Parkville campus, they can try to stop by and see me in my office. It's right next to the cafeteria, which makes it easy for them. To help you down the road, I would learn about all the staff and resources and departments that they're there to assist you. Many students could only interact with faculty and never interact with services and be successful, but that's usually the exception to the rule. They're going to have to use some of the services and resources out there. And so if you get to know who those are now, who those key staff members and student leaders are now, that's going to help you down the road when an obstacle presents itself, and you don't have to waste a day or two trying to figure out who it is and stressing and getting a headache about it when you know quickly because you learned at the beginning.